Erdogan.
From Myanmar, the Burmese Python, aung.
Here is the former two-division world champion. Welcome back to one championship. It is Aung In-song. And Mitch, you talk about being there, doing it. He's done so, but Aung believes that another championship run is in his immediate future.
And that's what he's doing. He's on the path back to the title, and this is his first step to that chance. He is such a talented fighter, so tough, just a born warrior. And I don't know if there is a walkout song that gets me as fired up as it is with Aung La's music, Rich.
Dude, Aung La is one of the toughest guys in this organization. And that's what he said about Erdogan. He said he has not fought someone like me. He fought someone who was afraid of him and someone who was broken. And this is going to be a completely different fight. Aung La has to come in and set the tone. He can't allow Erdogan to come across the circle and earn that takedown. He needs to defend that takedown. I don't think Aung La is going to have trouble on the ground with Erdogan necessarily, but that is not the type of guy that you want to have on top of you. Aung La is going to want to defend that takedown, and if he takes it to the ground, make sure that he gets that topside position.
Returning to the circle is the former two-division world champion who's won 3 in a row. It is Aung In-song as he makes his return. As now we send it over to Dom Lau.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is 3 5-minute rounds of a 213 3/4-pound catchweight MMA contest. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Herb Dean. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, training out of Krepos Fight Club and Tiger Muay Thai, holding an MMA record of 9-0. Representing Turkey, Shamil Erdogan. And introducing his opponent out of the red corner, he is a former light heavyweight and middleweight MMA world champion, holding an MMA record of 30-13 with an incredible 28 finishes. Representing Myanmar, the Burmese Python, aung.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to have it clean. You touch the gloves. Just do it.
Referee in charge, Herb Dean. Back inside the one circle is Aung In-song taking on Shamil Erdogan, who's undefeated. One is the world's largest stage of martial arts, representing the pinnacle of fighting. That man, Aung has 28 finishes to his credit. Shamil Erdogan, perfect in his career. We have begun round number 1.
Aung La has scaled that summit.
Oh, there's a straight left that wobbled Aung La momentarily.
Wants nothing more than to get back up to the top of the mountain, but Erdogan is throwing heavy shots from that left side, and a beautiful duck under right there to put the former two-division champ on his backside.
Erdogan's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. Take Aung La down in the first round, try to wear him down a little bit, and then look for the second round knockout. That's what Erdogan was calling for.
Well, Aung La said in the lead up to this fight, I'm going to break his face. There's nothing that this guy can do to me.
Yeah, Aung La is no stranger to facing undefeated Russian athletes. He's taken the O from many a foe. And right now, he needs to fight those hands, work his way back up to his feet, But this is exactly what Aung said he was going to do. He says,
do that again, I'm taking a point.
I'm going to keep getting up, and he's going to get frustrated. I know this was going to happen. I've been working on my takedown defense. I'm okay, but Shamil Erdogan is a different type of beast, Rich.
Yeah, you know, this will come down to if Shamil lives up to the hype that, you know, even Aung thinks that he can live up to, because Aung expected to be in this position in the first round. You know, he knew that Erdogan was going to come out with this kind of wrestling and be able to control him. But Aung doing a smart thing here, working, using the cage. This is his typical game.
He's fighting to the body by Erdogan.
He's fighting the grips well, but Erdogan is doing a good job of consistently moving and off-balancing Aung, forcing him to really work his way back up to his feet. And Rich, to struggle like that, to keep popping back up, is exhausting.
Yeah, I mean, Erdogan's working hard here, but keep in mind, he's the one on top, and he's the one that's consistently dragging.
Yeah, it's exhausting for Aung.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially here at altitude.
It's work for both of these guys, but definitely more for Aung because he's the one that's carrying the weight.
Erdogan looking to pound away upon Aung. Aung in a position that he would rather not be in, but he's trying to rise to his feet. Erdogan, though, controlling Aung. The fans seem to be firmly behind the former two-division world champion Aung. And he gets Aung down again, does Erdogan.
Erdogan reaps out the legs this time and puts Aung on his back. So now he's actually forced to be on the ground here.
And he also turned his back off of the wall so he wouldn't be able to use the fence to get back up to his feet. And Aung likes to use that fence. He does a good job of shimmying back up. This is exactly the plan from Shamil Erdogan. He says, round one, we wrestle. Round two, look for the hands and the feet.
Rich, what would you like to see Aung do to try to turn things around here in the first 3 minutes of the round?
You know, Aung doing exactly what he can do. It's just that Erdogan is such a high-level wrestler. Like, this is a difficult position with someone of his caliber to stand up. He's going to have to, you know, control the arms here, get back to his feet, break the arms open so that Erdogan can't drag him back down, and then turn his body back into Erdogan. But you can see Erdogan does a good job here, reaping the leg out and just dragging Aung back to the canvas again.
Good back control from Erdogan, and just does a good job of consistently advancing his position, right? Not giving Aung the chance to really regroup and center himself, dropping ground and pound, advancing, off-balancing, consistently moving forward.
Well, you can see that he's mixing his wrestling here with some good BJJ. Like, it's not typical for wrestlers to sink a hook in like Erdogan's doing, and he's like he's sinking that hook in, threatening to take the back. He's threatened to sink the second hook in several times, but Aung's been blocking it.
What a knee to the body there by Erdogan, under a minute remaining in the first.
Yeah, that knee turned Aung around, put him on his backside. And Shamil continues to drop bombs, short little elbows, consistently working, not giving Aung that space or that break he needs to get back up to his feet.
See that Erdogan in the half guard of Aung. Aung looking to rise to his feet.
He got that underhook there, but Erdogan immediately hits the overhook, pushes the head back down, flattens Aung back out.
Elbow to the thigh.
Watch the back of the
Aung
head.
trying to stay nice and tight. Has that underhook on that left side, but Shamil's just doing a great job of shutting down any sort of real defense that Aung is able to mount.
Couple of sharp elbows there by Erdogan. 4 or 5 successful elbows to end round one. One championship returns to Lumpini Stadium on October 5th for One Fight Night 25, headlined by a lightweight kickboxing world championship rematch between Alexis Nicholas and Rahian Ursel. Tickets are now available. Looking very much forward to that rematch between Ursel and Alexis Nicholas. But so far, round number 2 getting set between Aung and also Shamil Erdogan.
Well, this is the strategy that both these guys laid out for us. Aung told us that he expected this to be a high-paced grappling match in the first round, and he's like, I'm just gonna keep getting up. It's gonna frustrate Erdogan, and then in the second and the third, I'm gonna break his face. Shamil now might look to strike, or there might be a path to victory here. The blueprint might be laid out, Rich.
You know, Shamil said that he was going to wrestle in the first round and then look to strike in the second round once he had Aung tired out a bit here. We're going to see how much gas each of these guys used. Like we talked about before, Mitch, Aung spent the entire first round on the bottom of that, so he was carrying the load here. Erdogan's lining up for that left hand, though.
But he's still dangerous. Aung has such a huge gas tank, and he's still got knockout power, especially with those uppercuts.
Well, there's a reason why Erdogan, who was originally born in Turkey but raised in Dagestan, he was one of Russia's top wrestlers, and we saw his ground game on full display in round one, and now we're seeing the striking that he promised us during the fighter meetings earlier this week.
Aung looks slowed. He's definitely not got the same pop that he had in the first. I think that first round really wore on him, but he's still dangerous. He's still got power. Boy, that was a clean 1-2 by Shamil.
Aung going backwards. Erdogan looking to finish off Aung. A lot of strikes in abundance here for Erdogan. Can Erdogan? He wobbled Aung. Aung comes forward. Body work there by Erdogan. Erdogan looking to pour it on here. A beautiful elbow by Erdogan.
Aung needs to draw him into some sort of different game because he's a step behind right here. This is where he doesn't need to be right now in this round.
Oh, and a takedown. Double leg. Beautiful double leg break. Just was able to duck under, put Aung down.
And now Aung is back in defense mode, but we have seen a complete performance. Aung attempt possibly triangle. Now triangle. A little bit loose there, but still. But Erdogan gets out of it.
Yeah, that was a good attempt to transition to the armbar. But Aung's rolled here. He doesn't have the cage. He's looking for the cage. This is veteran experience right here, taking himself back to the cage so he can use that to wall walk back up. But Erdogan's pressure on top was just relentless.
This is just a completely dominant performance that we have been witnessing so far out of Shamil Erdogan.
Yeah, Erdogan is really turned things up here in the second. He was having some success on the feet. I think just natural reaction. He saw the double leg attempt was open for him, and he took him down. Now he's sinking the hooks in, going to try to flatten out Aung.
He's a little high to flatten Aung out. He needs to get his hips back over top of Aung's hips in order to flatten those legs out.
Erdogan did tell us during the fight meetings that he planned on grappling with Aung, but he wanted to finish him via knockout. Now he's really raining down some elbows. Oh my goodness, from half guard. Erdogan really unloading some heavy strikes on Aung. It might be moments away from being over, and it's over. Shamil Erdogan, 10 fights, 10 victories, as he holds Aung in the most impressive performance of his career here at 168 Denver.
Yeah, you could hear Herb Dean giving Aung several warnings like,